be after the black people who are rich and who got the funds to do it, be on their case about how come they're not building more black schools, businesses, foundations. Be on their case. Don't expect white people to represent you. Represent your f***ing self. Yo, I got a video that's probably gonna piss off a lot of people. I had this shit on my mind for a minute, and I know every time I touch on this subject, there's always gonna be people, of course, that are going to disagree with this. I don't give a fuck, because I think that this Assassin's Creed Shadows situation is bringing to light a bigger issue than just people disputing, how do you say his name? Yasuke, whatever the fuck. Him being black. I think people don't realize how much of a big issue this is, besides people just defending the fact that they want him in this game. And there's the other side who's like, well, we got our reasons on why we think it's a problem with him being in the game when it comes to Ubisoft being woke or, you know, having check boxes, whatever the fuck, right? We all got our reasons on why we don't like it. And there's people who got their reasons on why they want Yusuke to be in the game and they're excited about it, and the fact that they're defending it because they think that the other side is just being straight up racist. I'm gonna touch on something that a lot of people probably is not even going to touch on, period. You're not gonna see people even mention this shit on the internet because they're too scared to say it. I don't care. I really don't give a shit. This shit is only terminally on the internet. I talk to different black people when it comes to being outside in public and when it comes to being on the internet. And I could tell you right now, the black people that's on the internet is completely different from the black people that's actually in the real world. So without further ado, what am I going to talk about during this video? Well, I had a bunch of conversation in the comment sections about my last video, because I think I upset a lot of people too. And I like that because it shows me something. The only people that were upset about that video were black people, and of course, you know, the white people who's from the video that I made, which I'm gonna show right now. This Resident Evil video. I made a video about how this IGN journalist basically was trying to virtue signal to black people to be like, you should be offended that this game might come out, and why it's a bad idea for Capcom to make Resident Evil 5 because he's trying to protect us. Those are the type of white people that are actually with the black people getting frustrated and pissed off at my video. The reason why I bring it up is so you can understand the two different types of parties that actually have an issue with that. And the reason why they have an issue with it, the black people per se, is because, number one, they have a single track mind when it comes to understanding why people have an issue with Yasuke. The reason why they think that people, period, has an issue with Yasuke is strictly because of race. That's it. And because of what they see on Twitter discourse and what they see all around the world or whatever the fuck, right? In their little bubble, they actually think it's race, and they get, reaffirmed when they see racist comments on X or Twitter. That just doubles down in the narrative to where they're like, yep, this is the reason why. This is the only reason why they don't want him being in the game. It's very simple-minded to me. And people don't realize that people are more complex in the real world than they are on the internet. So my issue with this is, and I'm talking specifically to black people right now, why is it always, this is not just an Assassin's Creed issue. This whole woke brigade has been going on for a long time, to where black people or white people who own these projects have been personally injecting us in all these projects. And I made a video like this before to where I told you, I don't like this shit. I don't like being injected into a story to where we wasn't normally in it just to make us feel good. To me, it's disingenuous, and it makes me feel like we're retarded. I said this shit before in the other video, and I still hold this stance today. I do not like it when companies use black people specifically for ESG scores or points or selling trinkets. That's basically what they're using you as. So I don't understand why. Well, yeah, I do understand, because these black people who do actually protect this shit, they're fucking brainwashed. They really don't even understand why they're doing it. Like, and for me personally, I find it kind of, well, y'all call me a coon, but to me, that's coonish behavior, that you want to be a part of something that you say you really do not. You actually claim yourself that the shit you want to be a part of don't respect you. So why the fuck do you want to be a part of that? Why do you fight so hard? You know how much people fought me when I had an issue with the Little Mermaid, with the girl being black? You know how much people fought me for that? And I was like, why are y'all fighting me for that? I'm actually looking out for your dumbass. Why the fuck do you want to be a part of a story that doesn't have you in it? And that wasn't you. You're basically taking something that already exists and you changing it to be you because what? The company wants to represent black people? So what? You giving me a hand-me-down? How come you can't create a different original story? and marketed that? How come you can't do that? You had to put me in a white story. Y'all not realizing the bigger picture here. Y'all getting offended off of people who don't like seeing this shit. And it's like, bro, just imagine if Africa had their own Hollywood, right? And they've been making movies for years. They got the biggest market on the platform, whatever the fuck, right? And then you got white people complaining in Africa on how they're not being represented in movies in Africa, right? And then all of a sudden, Africans say, you know what, fuck it. Okay, this story that's, whatever, like a story that was made 20 years ago, let's remake it today and change it to a white protagonist. Why not? How does that look? You guys argue about you guys protect the dumbest shit and you guys don't even realize it. You guys are making yourself look stupid. You just want hand-me-downs. That's what it seems like to me. And it's like, why advocate to be a part of something that you yourself claim they don't respect you, but you will die on that hill with me and basically just say that, oh, you just don't like black people because you don't want certain people to be a part of certain movies or whatever the fuck. You just mad at changing it to be a black person. What, you don't like black people because of representation? I'm like, no, I don't like fucking hand-me-downs. I like us to have our own shit and to make our own movies. Why don't we have our own movie companies? Why aren't we predominantly making movies strictly for black people, from black directors, from black movie studios? Why aren't we doing that? Why don't we have gaming studios, AAA gaming studios, when we got the money? You know how many black billionaires there are? Do you know how many black millionaires there are? You know how many black millionaires that are fans of the gaming industry that could easily start gaming companies that strictly have our stuff in it? Why don't we do that? Oh, I know why. Because we don't support each other.
When he said he personally doesn't see racism because so many of his fans are white.
I thought that was clearly a message that there was no such thing as racism.
Let me show you guys something right quick. You guys remember this game, right? This game was introduced, I would say, like, when did this shit came out? March 4th. This game came out March 4th. This game only has 300,000 players in it. It only $15 million worth of revenue. You guys know how much money this game costs to make? This game is basically has a black protagonist like you want it, right? It's a black game. It still got the Prince of Persia title, but still, it has a black main character. And, you know, all the people around this controversy of this game that came out, all the people, all the black activists, all the black people who was basically like, oh yeah, this is a win. Yes, kudos, whatever the fuck, right? All during that time when this game was announced. None of y'all motherfuckers supported it. None of y'all. Because if y'all did, and if representation was such a big deal in the industry, this game would be through the roof. But otherwise, it will not have 300,000 players. That shit is laughable. That is the biggest disappointment, period. But this game did so fucking bad that Ubisoft employees reportedly fear mass layoffs because this game sucks in sales-wise. I haven't played it, but the game sucks sales-wise so bad. It only has 300K active. It only reached 300K active players. That is fucking horrible. And you got all these people on X and Twitter who are talking about, oh, we need more black representation. We need more black games, all this other type of stuff, right? And we just want to, you know, we want to have this shit going on within our communities. How come you ain't support this game? And you know why? Because you guys want to piggyback off of shit that was not yours to begin with. You guys got so used to getting hand-me-downs that y'all think that that's the best way to represent you. That's the reason why I don't fucking understand why y'all be shit talking people like us who be saying, why is this woke shit being enforced into this game? It's not flattering. It's disrespectful, actually. Let me use another example. Recently, I had a conversation with a woman, who was talking to me about the WNBA, about the differences between the pay between the WNBA and the NBA. And me, I was basically, what her perspective is that she feels that it's sexist that the WNBA players get paid less than NBA players. And I told her, I'm like, okay, well, let's look at it logically from a business point of view. Let's not get emotional here. Let's look at it logically. Number one, the NBA brings in more players. It brings in more watchers and more viewerships, which means it brings in more money. The WNBA lets people watch it. She stopped me right there when I said that. And you know what she said? She said, that's because men don't like watching women as much as they like watching a male sport. And I said, correct. Why do you think that is? She said, I don't know, because y'all misogynist, you're sexist, the typical shit, right? And I'm like, okay, but let me put it like this. We don't need to depend on women for the NBA to be successful. The NBA will be successful whether women watch it or not. Matter of fact, y'all watch it even though we don't ask y'all to watch it. But y'all need us for y'all own sport to be successful. How come women not making the WNBA successful? Barbie was successful, and guess who all seen it? Women. So why the fuck is why are you looking for me and men to help make the WNBA more successful when it's a woman's sport, which means women should be supporting it? Why are you looking for me? Y'all clearly have the numbers with Barbie, because Barbie was competing with Oppenheimer. So y'all clearly have the force to make y'all product successful. How come y'all don't do that with the WNBA? Oh, I know why. Because it's not interesting to see a woman playing a male sport more than it is to see a male playing a male sport. It's common fucking sense. So the thing is, why do y'all look? Why isn't this game successful? Why isn't this game successful? And the main thing that journalists will actually say the reason why this isn't successful is because there's white people who don't support black owned products. But the thing is, why aren't black people supporting their own shit? You got to think about that, huh? Stop pointing the fucking finger. We're supposed to be doing this ourselves. You're not supposed to be looking for any outside help. Do your own shit and stop trying to take over stuff that already exists that didn't involve you anyway. You guys already say that y'all feel like y'all being discriminated against anyway, right? And how people just don't like black people. You don't know how many tweets I've seen about that shit when it comes to this Yasuke character. Every person who was basically saying, yo, if you got a problem with him, then that just shows how y'all just don't like black people. No, me personally, I'm only speaking for me. I don't like fucking hand-me-down. I don't like when you just give me shit. And it's not just him. I'm talking about all these other projects before. It's been going on with Disney movies. It's been going on with Marvel. It's been going on with all this other type of shit with entertainment where they just injecting us strictly because they have to for ESG scores. And it's not flattering to people like me who create shit for a living. I don't want to be involved in something that already exists, that you have to change a character that was white and put me in there, and you think that's gonna make me sleep at night? You think that's gonna make me raise my fist in there? You think that's gonna make me be like, oh yeah, thanks for including me? No, I feel like a bitch. I don't want to be included in the shit. I want to make my own stuff. And guess what? I'm that confident to where if I make my own stuff, I bet you people is going to jump on board because I'm going to make a good product. And it's not just going to be a black product. It's going to be a good product. Y'all get so twisted when it comes to this identity shit. Your identity is not what makes you important. It's what you fucking do. This conversation has taught me a lot. I've been in the comment section mainly because I'm petty. And plus I like to pick people's brain to see how they think. Literally every single person I talk to about my video when it comes to this Assassin's Creed situation, every single one of these people had the same issue. Oh, you just don't like black people. Oh, you just don't want to see black people in the game. It's just a video game. How come you don't, whatever, fuck it, right? You guys use the same excuses because that's all y'all got. And most of y'all casual people, let me just tell you something right now. Y'all casual people need to have a sort of survival instinct when it comes to talking to people that clearly knows more than you about a particular subject. If all these people are basically saying the same shit about Assassin's Creed, about all these other projects going on, right? The culture war that y'all saying, y'all use the quotations. If everybody is saying the same shit about this stuff, apparently there's an issue. Apparently you need to do your research besides just being like, oh, see, this shit don't make any sense. Why are y'all doing this? It's just a video game. Let me do this one thing, right? Because I get this a lot and I'm going to end this shit. This whole statement of it's just a video game, it literally tells me of your mental understanding of this issue. You guys do not understand. None of this, a multi-billion-dollar industry is not just video games. If it makes that much money, do you know who supports these companies? You know they got investors. You know they got people who look at these companies because they make billions of dollars. None of these investors look at these companies and say, oh, it's just video games. it's just video games and that's it. Your naivety is through the roof if you believe that. They look at these companies as a window to the younger generation. It has nothing. They do not care about you having fun. They do not care about these games being good. All they care about is how many faces can we get in front of these screens to look at our products. That's it. The people like us on the internet that you bitch and complain about, basically saying that we're bitching and complaining all the time, we know this shit because we're in this field. We're in this industry and we talk about it. We know for a fact none of these big companies give a fuck about you. They only care about how many faces they can get in front of these screens to watch their product, to push their message. That is it. I'm going to touch on that on another video, but I'm just about to end it right there because this shit just been getting on my nerves. You black people need to stop fucking taking up for this shit because it makes y'all look very stupid. It makes y'all look really, really stupid. If you will accept hand-me-downs and basically be like, yep, that's all I need. All these white people looking at you like, oh yeah, just give them a crumb. They'll be happy. Oh yeah, let them be in this game. They'll be happy. Just give them that. That's how they look at you. And you people are so stupid that you're fighting for something and being a part of something that y'all claim yourself y'all not even appreciated in. Make your own shit. And better yet, Be after the black people who are rich and who got the funds to do it. Be on their case about how come they're not building more black schools, businesses, foundations, all this shit. Be on their case. Don't expect white people to represent you. Represent your fucking self. I can't stand that shit. Grow some balls, take they dick out your mouth, and fucking get shit on your own. Quit complaining. That's it.